Hey, I'm Mike. This is Home Yoga Co. When you come in, we always leave the shoes here. We got to keep the space clean. As you make your way back, you'll see we've got our word of the month. Got our pretty little hallway, just a place for you to just walk, collect your thoughts, make space for, your practice ahead. Back here is our main lobby. We've got hydration, obviously, because that's also important. And then here we've got our props. We are a studio that offers something for everybody, right? And so we've got bolsters, blankets for our sound bath and chill and yin classes, our restorative offerings. And then we've also got our yoga blocks and things like that, our straps and things for our more dynamic offerings to really help you, spice up your practice a little bit. In the back here, we have a Bodhi Pilates room, which if you've never tried Bodhi Pilates, it's absolutely incredible. It's a fusion of reformer Pilates with mat Pilates, a really, really cool system, kind of crazy looking apparatus, but there's so many cool things you can do with this system, and it is a heck of a workout. Also, you'll see here, we've got these silks here for aerial yoga, currently used only for hammocks in the sound bath. So you can come in here, use the silks as a hammock, be in a sound bath, feel like you're kind of floating in the womb. It's a really, really special experience, something we're excited to bring to you all. So this is what we do our Bodhi Pilates.
All right, Mike, so tell us about some of the classes that are offered here at Home Yoga Co.
So you've seen our Bodhi Pilates room, which is one of the classes that we do. We also have non-heated yoga classes in there. Our specialty is hot power yoga. So, 90 plus degree room. It's nice, hot, humid. We're working up a sweat. It's a workout and a work in for sure. A lot of people come through these doors looking for a workout, and they find that the practice is much more of a work in. It's how you really get to know yourself and how you get to grow and evolve, and become more mindful of just you, who you are, how you react to things, and the way you're maneuvering through life. So we've got those. We've got a sound bath and chill class that is really, really fun, which I've got a couple of my crystal singing bowls here for you. You can kind of see how they just kind of sing together.
What are the main benefits of something like this in addition to the yoga you're doing?
So with these, there's like a whole art of sound healing, right? And vibration. And when you think about everything is a vibration, sound, movement, it all creates vibration. And so certain frequencies have certain healing properties in our bodies. So these bowls are at 432 hertz, and they're all different notes. And so when you play them differently, they kind of interact with different energy centers throughout your body, and they can create a really charging effect or a really calming effect. It just kind of depends what you want. And we do these classes in this beautiful room I have to show you. This is our hot yoga room. So this room fits about 55 people in it, for our really big classes. It's, like I said, heated to 90 degrees normally. We do have some lightly heated classes like the foundations class that's coming up. And so something for everybody here. Come check us out.
So you said about 90 degrees. It's heated up?
Yep, about 90 degrees right now. I think it's only set to 80 because we've got a foundations class coming in. So it's a room where there's a lot of sweat, sometimes some tears.
So if someone were totally new to any of the experience, yoga, sound bath, how would you recommend they get started or start trying, or Any classes you think would be best for a beginner?
It's like anything in life. The hardest part is just doing it, right? So, anybody who's getting started, just come on in. We've got everything that you need to get started here, from mats, yoga blocks, all the things. We've got yoga clothes. If you only have jeans or something, you could practice in your jeans. It does not matter. Show up as you are, and we'll take care of you.
So don't have to worry about fancy workout attire. And how about injuries? If someone is maybe recovering from an injury, is this something that's sort of low impact that they can do?
Yeah, it can be. Anybody with injuries, just talk to the teacher before class, let them know so that they're aware, and they'll be able to help you with modifications and all those sorts of things to make sure that you're not pushing anywhere that you shouldn't be.
Okay. And then how about maybe stress relief? If someone is coming from work and had a rough day, yoga helps, maybe this helps. Does that kind of help with the stress of the day?
Yeah. The way I like to explain it is like, when you're driving down the road and that person cuts you off and you're like ready to just go off. What a consistent yoga practice over time, can help you get to is more so like, oh, that person cut me off. I hope they're okay. God, please be with them and help them get there safe.
Really? It'll make you become that?
I mean, that's the goal.
All right,
the goal is to build a little bit of awareness on how we move through life, and that's how we react to things, how we turning reactions into like responding instead, and not just always being so quick to just jump, but like thinking, feeling.
So not just transforming how you are in here, but when you leave here, how you show up in the world can transform that as well. Yeah,
so in yoga, there's 8 limbs of yoga. Movement's only one of them. The rest of it is all mental, spiritual, whatever God that you believe in, of your faith, it's a mechanism to bring you closer to that. So whether, you're Christian, which we also have a Healing Sunday gospel yoga flow here on Sundays.
Nice.
Or if you're Buddhist or Hindu, whatever you worship, it's something to help you get closer to the things that you care about in life, and to learn how to let go of some of those things that we hold on to that like we really shouldn't, don't feel good.
And you did say something earlier too that I wanted to touch on again, and it was about how this can affect your sleep. And there were some things that you offer if anyone's having a hard time falling asleep. What do you recommend for someone that's looking to get maybe better sleep?
Oh man, yeah. So on Wednesdays we have a sound bath and chill class, and it's a mix of a bunch of different restorative practices. One of them being yoga nidra. Yoga nidra, sometimes referred to as like sleep yoga, and 48 to 52 minutes of yoga nidra is equal to 4 hours of REM sleep. So it is quite literally like the most chill thing you can do.
So when you're done with class, it's like you just pretty much had the best nap of your life.
Yeah, it's quite the experience, and it's one of those things where stillness is a practice, and it's a lot of times the hardest part of the practice, because today's world is such a go world where we're always doing stuff, and the world has so much more for us to do that it gets really hard to just be, right? And we got to remember we're human beings, not human doings, right? God doings.
I love that. We're human beings, not human doings.
So we're here with Cheryl, who's been coming here for 10 years.
Yes.
So Cheryl, tell us about some of the benefits of coming to yoga and doing classes regularly, and maybe a little bit about this guy here.
Well, I've been here even when Shannon owned it first, and then Mike was a teacher, and everyone was like, Mike is teaching, and I didn't know anything about him, and he walked in, and I was like, oh boy. It's intimidating, but he is wonderful. He's very calming, and it's just a great place to be. The people, I feel, especially at my age, that it just really has helped to keep me from having back pain and all kinds of things that, just helping you, doing the different classes, the Bodhi I love, Yin, just trying to mix it up and trying all of them.
Very good. Well, we appreciate that. And,
thank you.
You said 10 years roughly you've been doing this? So any long-term benefits have you noticed? Any strength or just flexibility, stuff like that?
I think my balance, flexibility, I don't have as many back issues. I'm not as stiff, and I notice if I miss a class, I really need to get back to it. But I would say my balance,
Okay.
my
Cheryl's humble too.
flexibility.
She's an incredibly
Yeah.
strong woman too.
Oh, thank you.
Don't let her fool you. She's
Oh.
humble.
Thank
And
you.
Cheryl was the first person through the doors as Pure Yoga in
Okay.
2015. And when my fiance and I were able to buy it, she was also the first person through the door. So she is, she's one of the homies for real here at
Absolutely.
Yoga Co. And we
Living
love her
proof
so
of
much.
what yoga can do.
Yes,
Very
I
good.
love it.
Well, thank you,
It's
Cheryl,
great.
for jumping on.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Wrap your arms here, Joe, and then Justin, you ask the question.
All right. So Joe, you've been doing yoga now for how long?
I've been doing yoga now for 11 years.
11 years.
Yeah.
And so you've been taking classes now here with Mike, and that's how we set this up. But tell us some of the benefits that you've experienced doing yoga.
I'd love to. The biggest reason why I started taking yoga about 11 years ago was reading in a number of magazines where how it would help your golf game.
Okay.
So I started taking it, and after 1 full year of yoga, I'm in 2 different golf leagues, and then in both leagues, I won most improved player. Now, I didn't change my clubs, I didn't change my golf balls. The only thing I changed was my shoes. But obviously, that didn't help. If you think about yoga and golf, it's so similar because when you're doing yoga, there's a lot of concentration, especially something like yin, where you're holding a pose for 5 minutes, and then you're looking at a golf ball. And then what it really does is it opens up your hips. So you can come right through the ball, and I was seeing the ball further than I ever have. So now I'm addicted to it. Okay, so I take yoga a lot to have my golf game. And the other thing, and I'll just go right into this, it really helps your patience. Because about 9 years ago, I was taking care of my wife's Uncle Jack, who had Parkinson's. I actually moved in with him for 2 years. And it just gave me so much patience to work with him on his Parkinson's, help him through his therapy. I don't think I could really have done it, helping him, without yoga.
So, are you good to keep going while we're filming? All right, so Mike, tell me, what is he doing right now? What is that?
So there's a couple of different things Joe's doing. Long arms, straight out in front, rock your arms.
Oh,
Yep, just right out in front, and back down. Yep, these are rocker arms
Yep.
here. So Joe's hitting his lats, his triceps, his biceps, pretty much everything upper body here, lengthening and strengthening. And then Joe could like start to take a lunge out, lift his hands up. And then stepping out with the left. The apparatus just gives him a little bit of help with balance if he needs it. Or a little bit of challenge with balance if that's how you like it.
And Joe, I think I can ask you this. I know you well enough.
Yeah.
Tell us how old you are.
I'm 73.
73.
And believe it or not, still through yoga, and Mike has seen it, I can still do headstands and handstands, all through yoga.
Unbelievable. Were you able to do that before?
Okay, I gotta say this. When I was a lot younger, okay, I was on the YMCA traveling gymnastics team, so I'm a little used to it.
but at 73, so that shows right there. This place is for just about anybody, whether you're a beginner, whether you're young, whether you're older, whether you're an expert, whether this is your first time walking through the door.
Yeah, we've got new people in class every week who are from a range of high school students to people in their 70s, even 80s. So yeah, like I said, we've got something for everybody here. And even in the same class, you'll see all of these different demographics of people, which is like the beautiful thing about it.
That is old. So and I've noticed it just by some of the people coming in for class right now. You have younger or older, you have, females, males, everybody. It literally benefits everyone. And I want to get into a little bit what you're talking about with your golf game. Because golf, as most people will tell you, is 90%, that's 6 inches between your ears. So tell us how yoga, it's right on your shirt, tell us how that goes along with the mental well-being as well as the physical.
Well, first I'll touch on the golf stuff first. Since I know you got a lot of golf folks watching, we've got a lot of golfers in the area. But just when it comes to rotational mobility
Mm-hmm.
and strength. You're talking about being able to actually access the full rotation of your hips and the full strength of your hips, which like in golf makes a huge difference in how far you're able to hit the ball. And not only that, just with the body control, also with how straight you're able to hit the ball, because body control is body control. So when you learn in here how to control yourself with these little, tiny little strict movements, it also helps you with that mental piece, connecting it with your golf game, being able to just be really mindful of all the little pieces of the swing and things like that. As far as mentally, I mean, to me, the practice has been absolutely life-changing, you know, from everything from dealing with PTSD, suicidal thoughts, the identity crisis that comes to an early retirement, I guess you would say, and then having to figure out who you're going to be. This practice, like I said, it's a practice that shows you who you are and makes you more mindful of the way that you're moving through the world. And with that, it just gives you the ability. It's like, it gives you the ability to not just react to everything, but to have a really good thought out response, like in the moment.
And I can tell you guys, I've met Mike now. I think this is the second time we've met. We talked about an hour and a half the first time, and he is as legit, as chill as he seems on this video. And I think the yoga and all the work you've put into this has really, you know, you're a gentle giant, truly, and you're a new dad.
Yep.
So how has that changed your perspective, and has that added to the yoga, the whole well-being?
So the sleep deprivation part. The first like month or so, I would say, you know, when you're waking up to feed the baby every 2 hours, whatever it is, those are the times where I really saw like the practice working for me. You know, I'd be tired as could be. You know, might have just been teaching all day, doing stuff all day, and then waking up with the baby at 3 a.m. and like where some people would probably be kind of edgy. I look down at this little girl and like I have the ability to like take the time to be present and just breathe, and not only like breathe and calm myself, but breathe and calm her as well, the baby, and to just appreciate the moment. Like there's so much magic in every one of those nights when you wake up with that little angel, right? And you just get to look at them, and as time goes on and their vision gets better, and they look at you, and then those walks in there turn into them seeing you and smiling.
That smile back.
It's like there's nothing in the world like that.
Absolutely. So this has been a very cool experience to see all this. Now I want to take you back to playing days. Let's go all the way back to Columbus, Ohio. In Ohio State, I don't know if you guys did yoga or anything like that, or any sort of cross training like that with Coach Tressel or whoever was strength and conditioning down there. Would this have benefited you as a college football player?
I was in college from 2000 to 2012, and I would say that Eric Lichter, when he was our strength coach, him and Coach Tress were ahead of their time. We did have a yoga teacher. Unfortunately, like just us being boys, just weren't able to take it for what it was worth, and we're just so immature about it. You know what I mean? And a lot of guys looked right past it and didn't take it serious. And now those same guys are in their mid-30s. They got bad backs and things, and they're like, man, I got to get on the yoga mat, right? And so that comes full circle back to what you asked. Like, man, I wish that we would have taken the practice more serious back then. And nowadays, like currently I'm coaching the offensive line for Versetti Performance NFL Draft Prep. So I got 6 offensive linemen who are going from college to the pros, and they're getting ready for their pro days. We've got 35 players all together, and so all of those players have been coming here during their draft prep, process, and they've been taking the yin classes, the sound bath and chill classes to relax a little bit, but also taking some of the power classes and things like that, just to really push themselves conditioning wise, and also just like mental fitness. Like I'm a firm believer that doing hard things is a necessary thing in life to remind yourself that you're capable. not just that you're capable, but like that you're willing, you know, to fight for the things that matter for you and to put in the work when you need to.
Love it. Very good.
So I think you're probably most well known for sports, football. You were with Pittsburgh Steelers and the Bears. How long did you play?
So in the NFL for 5 seasons, overall since I was 6, so from 6 to 27. So
Okay.
yeah, a long time.
How does one go from, you know, football and tackling and roughhousing to this and the yoga and more of a calm mindset?
Life gets crazy.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
yeah.
how, you know, life has just thrown some pretty wild things my way. And through the, you know, just the process of trying to deal with life's obstacles, I found this practice, you know, the practice of mindfulness and yoga, the movement, all of those things. It's helped me through dealing with PTSD, suicidal thoughts, after being stabbed in an attempted carjacking. It helped me through just the identity crisis of retiring at 27 from the NFL and not knowing who I was outside of that. Because like I said, from 6 to 27, that was a big part. And so this place, quite literally, when it was Pure Yoga before Home Yoga Co., was one of the first places that I came consistently. So, you know, I've had a lot of tears in here, working through some things. I've sweat a whole heck of a lot in here. And I've had some of just the most gratifying moments seeing members of my community push through whatever they're pushing through in life, and just seeing them leave here empowered.
So not just the physical health aspects, but really anybody going through a major life change, anybody dealing with a lot in life. You know, this is a way that they can kind of have a healthy outlet and a way to maybe work through some of those things in a positive way.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, here in America, the perception of yoga, it gets tossed into the fitness category just automatically because it's kind of how we are here. But it's much more of a work in than a workout. You know, yoga it's an 8-limbed practice. You know, it has like the table of contents is 8 things and only one of them is movement. So it's like the workout gets people in the door and then yoga gives them a big hug and they're like, oh man.
And then they're like, I didn't know I was getting therapy today.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. So yeah, anybody who wants to maybe have that healthy outlet mentally and physically, they can do that here.
So Mike, tell us where you're located and how people can get in contact with you if they want to sign up for a class.
So it's Home Yoga Co. We're at 615 Boardman-Canfield Rd, Suite H. You can reach us at homeyogaco@gmail.com or homeyoga.co on Instagram. Be on the lookout for a Bend and Brew event at a brewery close to you coming soon.